Bitcoin continues to just struggle. It is below that pivot line, though. I'm going to bring up the right chart. I always like to go to the Coinbase chart here, but there it is, guys, right? So here we have the chart of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin continues to be below that pivot line. There's that pivot line we got above. We never confirmed. That's always a warning sign. When you don't confirm above a level, I've learned this many times over, you have to be suspect if it's a real breakout. In this case, it wasn't, and we've come back down. What does being below the pivot line mean? It means it's vulnerable to come down to this area right here, which is massive technical support on Bitcoin.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Let's join Gareth in this video about Bitcoin and more.
Taking a look here, guys, what do we have right here? We have the Dow down 133 points on the day. The NASDAQ down 175 points. That's about 1%. S&P down about 0.5% or 25 points. Oil continues lower. You know, I got that short, as I've told you guys. And gold is trading down $16 on the day. Bitcoin, which closed below that pivot line yesterday, is struggling today, down about $170. But again, the pivot line was the key, and we'll take a look at that Bitcoin chart in just a minute. All right, so let's get into a couple things here. So number one, we're going to flip over to the charts. This is the S&P 500 intraday. So what we see very clearly is that the day started out with a little bit of downside right here. We floated up. We then went sideways. And then kind of in the early afternoon, everything fell apart, right? We saw a big drop, bear flag consolidation. Look at that classic bear flag right there. There's your upside down flagpole. Bearish consolidation. It led to another drop. But then look at this. If you look at this, the charts actually tell you what the likely scenario is. So you had the bear flag right here, told you it was going to dump. But then look, you got a green candle and all inside bar flag pattern right there, leading to a big pop, and then the market's rallying up here into the close. So all in all, listen, 0.5% down on the S&P 500. You know, that's a little bit of a down day. The NASDAQ took a bigger hit, but frankly, none of this matters because NVIDIA earnings will be hitting in about now 20 minutes, just over 20 minutes. All right, now listen, I won't be on Trading the Close for the entire time. I'm going to be trading it live with the Earnings Trader members. But I will say this, we got lots of earnings, CRM, CrowdStrike, Affirm, Okta, lots of earnings coming out here. It's starting at 4 p.m. Eastern time, so we'll get into that. Since we still have a couple minutes before then.
Bitcoin's recent market activity shows significant accumulation by whales and institutional investors. Despite mixed market sentiment, these key players have added substantial amounts of Bitcoin to their holdings, suggesting a bullish outlook may be on the horizon. On-chain data from Sentiment reveals that whales and sharks have been accumulating Bitcoin, adding 133,300 BTC to their wallets even as smaller traders sell off their holdings. Publicly listed companies now hold approximately 335,249 BTC, with the value of these reserves increasing by 177.7% over the past year, signaling strong institutional confidence in Bitcoin. Despite the accumulation by whales and institutions, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index remains in the fear zone at 30, and Bitcoin dominance has slightly decreased, reflecting cautious market sentiment. The futures and options markets continue to show high open interest in trading volumes, pointing to significant volatility. The disparity in long/short ratios across exchanges underscores the diverse strategies employed by traders. Transaction data indicates active trading, with $95.47 billion in large transactions over the past week, and a negative exchange net flow of $484.34 million, suggesting ongoing accumulation as tokens move off exchanges.
Gold continues to be down just ever so slightly off of the all-time highs. We're kind of sitting on this yellow trend line right here, right on the charts. Again, I've seen a negative divergence developing. I'm not going to throw up my RSI here, but down at the bottom, you have an RSI that right here when you were making highs and higher high and higher high, the RSI was going like this. Okay, negative divergence. And so what this does is, even though gold remains strong, it makes me suspect. It makes me suspect of whether or not they're going to try to flush it out in the near term, maybe bring it down $100. Nothing crazy. But again, just that negative divergence gives me a heads up. There could be some downside in gold, maybe down to this level right down here, the lower band of the channel, before it starts that next move up to my next target of $2,660. Next up, let's take a look at the silver chart. And again, we're just about to head to earnings here, folks, because we will have earnings out shortly. Silver pulling back, nothing big here, just a minor pullback. And quickly to look at oil, we want to check out oil. Oil is coming down today. Again, the second day in a row, I shorted it right up in this range, looking for it to actually tap on 72 and maybe get a micro bounce and then ultimately flush lower to about $66 to $64 a barrel. But nice little wedge here. The question is, when does the wedge break? The likely probability is a break to the downside. Lastly, natural gas, and then we're going to go check in on these earnings moves here, folks. Natural gas is upticking just a little bit today, still stuck in the lower range. My technical support is just below $2. All right, we got to get some of these earnings here. So far, CRM, this is CRM's chart right here. So far, we're not seeing anything yet on that. CrowdStrike, nothing. Okta, all right, Okta's popping a little bit here in the after hours. Not a big move yet, though. Not a big move yet on Okta. Affirm, still nothing on Affirm. Affirm closing around 31.50. It's upticking a little bit. NTAP, nothing there. That's Network Appliance or NetApp. Same thing. You can see this is the after hours data right here. So on the 10-minute chart, everything that's in this gray zone, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the start of, there it goes. All right, NTAP falling, guys. We are starting to see a little bit of a dip on NTAP here in the after hours. Hewlett-Packard, nothing yet on Hewlett-Packard. Let's keep an eye on NTAP. Where would NTAP be support? Let's go to the daily chart. All right, what do we have here? All right, first big level. Now, this is a big drop, but 113.50 would be a little pivot low. That would be a level there. That would be a pretty decent level. The other level here, if we draw a trend line, this would be a higher risk level, but I actually like it, the 120 level. So again, note this right here. Pivot low, it's a pivot low right here at 120. So if it dumps out to 120, you might get a technical bounce in the after hours here. Be very careful swing trading it, though. I do think this chart is very high end, very much on the high. You have a double top right here on the daily chart. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's jump to the after hours. It is still coming in a little bit, but down to about 130 still on the charts.
Bitcoin's current price is proving attractive to large investors, with whales and sharks steadily adding to their holdings. This accumulation suggests a strong belief in Bitcoin's long-term value, even as short-term market fluctuations continue. Data from Sentiment shows that large holders, often referred to as whales and sharks, have been steadily accumulating Bitcoin, adding 133,300 BTC to their wallets in the past month. This suggests that they view $58,900 as a strong accumulation zone, even as smaller traders sell off. The $58,900 price level is significant as it aligns with the 200-day exponential moving average (EMA), providing a robust support area for Bitcoin. This level's resilience makes it appealing for long-term investors looking to build positions. Despite short-term volatility, whales and sharks continue to buy at this level, indicating their confidence in Bitcoin's future potential. Their accumulation pattern suggests they are positioning for an eventual breakout and a return to all-time highs. While Bitcoin has faced resistance at the 50-day EMA, its ability to maintain support at $58,900 is crucial. A successful break above this resistance could signal the start of a new upward trend. This pattern of accumulation by large investors reinforces the idea that $58,900 is a key level for Bitcoin, potentially setting the stage for future gains as the market stabilizes. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.